What is up, YouTube? It is Diana here with Entree Woman TV, helping you transition your passion into the business that you love. And in this video, we're actually going to be talking about common mistakes that we've all made, everybody makes, when it comes to attracting the wrong customers. So you don't want to do that. We want to get the right ones. So today we're going to be talking about it. So if you're just joining, let me know in the comments, even if you're watching on the replay. Thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know, what kind of business do you have? What kind of business do you have? We're actually going to be doing these quick 5 tips. It's going to be a quick live chat today. And then at the end, we're going to jump into Q&A if you have any questions. Even if you're watching on the rebroadcast, let me know in the comments below, what questions do you have? So let's jump right into it. So I'm super pumped about today. It's always a little weird getting on YouTube live, but I love it, love it, love it. And so we're going to be talking about common mistakes that we make when it comes to attracting the wrong customers. We always want to make sure that we're attracting the right customers. But when you're first getting started, you're a new entrepreneur in that startup phase, even if you've been in business for about 1-3 years, even 6 months, then it can be difficult trying to figure out, why are these weirdos popping up? Why are these other kind of people popping up? Or I'm supposed to be attracting women to the business, while these men keep showing up. Like, what is going on? Why are the wrong people showing up? So today we're going to jump into it. So I want to get to this actual one page here. If you give me just a moment, I want to get to the live control. Let me put on some chapstick or Carmex so I don't rip up the microphone today. So, alrighty, so let's jump into it. So, like I said, in this video, we're going to be talking about common mistakes. Oops. Turn that. There we go. Had to turn that audio off. Okay. So when it comes to common mistakes that we can make as a new startup entrepreneur, or just even in trying to refine your message, maybe you used to sell cheeseburgers and now you just want to sell chicken, whatever the case may be, then you need to refine the message. Maybe you're not doing anything with beef anymore. If that's your business, if you're in the food industry, then it does matter that if you keep attracting those same people, then you have to change your marketing strategy. You have to change what you're doing to reach the different people. And so when it comes to that, you want to make sure that you are taking time out, that you are sitting down and taking a moment to really figure out, okay, what does my girl or my guy, if you watched into any of my videos, if you tuned into any of my live streams, whether here or over on Facebook, then you know I specifically say my girl, and not the song. I'm not going to try to sing it. I'm a little rough. You know, it's been a few years since I've been in Hollywood, but no, just kidding. But, you know, it's just my girl. And I'm specifically talking to one person, one woman. She does this. She works here. She makes this kind of money. She drives this kind of car, which is not anything that I specifically care about. But when it comes to your kind of a business, what does your girl or your guy do or need? And that'll kind of help you define and refine where you're going to take this person along in their customer journey. So let's jump into the tips. So the first step is that you want to make sure that you have defined exactly who you're talking to. And one of those common mistakes is that you haven't. You don't really know who your girl or your guy is. So you have to define, who am I really talking to? And sometimes that can be that, you know, you're not really putting together, I'm only talking to this kind of person, not that kind of person. So again, if you're in food industry, so let's say you're talking to, or you used to sell beef and dairy and so forth, and now you're focused on a vegan type market. Okay, well, now you have to define exactly who you're talking to. And there's some other tips with that, some other points that we're going to get into. But if you haven't really decided who it is that you are talking to, then you're not really talking to anybody. Like I said, Marie Forleo, and I've said it on another video, she actually came up with the phrase, I don't know if she came up with it, but I've heard it from her first, where if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. Now, Marie, I give you this one courtesy that I'm telling you, that it's by you, now it's by me. Okay, so any other time I say it, it's by me, okay? And so I'm legally stealing that. So, but no, it's like, if you are talking to everyone, then you really are talking to no one. Because if you say, hey, everybody, or hey, everyone, this, that, or whatever, or you guys and this, that, or whatever, you're not specifically saying anybody. If you notice, just even like on my channel, maybe other YouTube channels or Facebook pages or anything that you specifically like, even if it's a page about parenting, then they're specifically going to say that, hey, mom and dad, this, or hey, guardians, this, or whatever, or, when your kids do this. So even just that kind of a phrasing, when your kids do this, lets you know that if you have kids, that means you're a parent. So I'm specifically talking to a specific person. At that point, it's parents. You know what I mean? So when you're talking about, if you're going from like, we stick to this example, you're in the food industry, maybe you used to market beef and all kinds of other products or whatever. Then now you're trying to focus on a vegan market. Not only is your menu items going to change, not only is your advertising and your pictures and all of your marketing stuff is going to change, but your verbiage has to change as well. And so the second thing that you want to do, common mistakes we're talking about today that new entrepreneurs can make when it comes to just attracting the wrong people, is have to define what challenges are they having right now that you can help them with. So again, if we stick to this food example, for who it is that you were talking to, maybe they used to be a meat eater. Maybe they used to be, someone that ate dairy. Maybe they just physically can't anymore. Like, so for me, like I drink almond milk because regular dairy products bother me now. I still love cheese, but cheese doesn't love me. So, it's just like maybe having to make that transition. So where am I? If I'm your customer, if I'm your ideal customer, where am I right now? Where am I? And I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Where am I right now? In my phase, am I confused about the options that I have? Am I confused about what's going to mimic my particular tastes? So if we're just sticking with a milk kind of example, then you can say, well, if you're a kind of person that drinks 2% milk, or you drink whole milk or whatever, then you can say, this is what's best for you, and start making recommendations. So based off of who you're talking to, whatever kind of business that you're in, a common mistake is not figuring out where they are right now and what's something that you do within the scope of your business that you can help them with right now. So somebody that was like me at one point, where it's just like, man, I drink this kind of milk, and now my body is not really responding that well to dairy. As far as I know, in my mind at this point, everything else tastes nasty. Even though I haven't tried it, everything else tastes nasty. Everything else is just like, it's not going to be the same experience, right? So we have this idea, and if you've ever had this experience or whatever, let me know in the comments below. You may have had where it's just like, okay, I don't, really think any of these other options are going to be good. I don't really think any of these other options are going to compare to my current experience. So what is it that you can tell me, that you can help me with, based off of knowing who I am, where I am right now in the scope of your business, how you can best help me? So can you help me find a new brand? Again, so it's just knowing, who are you talking to? Who specifically are you talking to? And so you must be speaking to one person. So one thing, when it kind of comes to this area, whether I'm working with a client or, doing a live stream video like this, is that most times it can feel like you're leaving somebody out. If I'm talking to just women, then what about the men? If I'm talking to just parents, then what about the grandparents? Or, it's just like, I don't want to leave anybody out. It really is a business that can help anybody. That's great. But when it comes to specifically for marketing, you do have to you do have to pick specifically a target audience. If you even ever played around with Facebook ads, whether you know what you're doing or not, you'll know that they'll tell you, are you too far off to the right, too far off to the left, or what are you doing? Are you somewhere right in the middle? Is your audience still too broad? Is it like just kind of throwing some stuff up against the wall and seeing what sticks? Or are you like laser focused, and you can say, I want this person that lives in this area, in this region, they have this kind of profession, they're interested in these kinds of things, and this is who I want to target. And then they'll say, okay, your area or your target is specific, and we can target those people specifically. If you're opening a church, or you're starting a church, and you say, hey, I want to target people that have had this experience, or maybe they visited these pages before, or maybe they've done this kind of thing before. Like, I want to target these specific people that have liked these kind of similar pages. Maybe they like the Winans family, any of those singers or anything like that, gospel and Christian music and things like that. So again, getting into that psyche, into that mentality of who it is that you're talking to can help you refine your message, so that when you are sharing your business, when you are sharing what it is that what you have and what you're doing, that you can be able to specifically talk to them. You're able to talk just to that person. Okay, so if you're watching this live, you just joined in, we're talking about common mistakes that can help you attract the wrong people. And so we don't want to make these mistakes. We don't want to attract the wrong people. We want to attract the right people. So the next step when it comes to that is that you got to speak their language. Step number 3, you have to speak their language. This is key when it comes to, like, for example, if you are some kind of financial expert, maybe you deal in mortgages, maybe you're dealing in debt, maybe you're dealing in credit scores and reports and things like that, and helping somebody to rebuild those credit scores and things like that. Even if we just stay in that kind of financial realm, there are different areas, different markets, different segments that are more appealing to others. So you may say, I'm in the financial services industry. Well, it's great. Which sector? Which part? Who? Where? What are you doing? So being able to identify that, it makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. So with that being said, speak their language. If I'm a person, which I do have student loan debt, if I'm a person that is trying to figure out, what specific things are going to help me, like if I'm fresh out of college, I know nothing about deferment, keyword. I know nothing about the payment loan period or repayment loan period. I know nothing about promissory notes, another trigger word. So again, what are the words specifically that are in this world of where your guy or your girl is? So who it is that you want to attract, what things are they dealing with? So again, if you're dealing with somebody and you're coaching people that have financial issues and you want to help them get rid of their student loan debts or begin to pay those off, or just even understand what kind of loan that they have. Is it subsidized? Is it unsubsidized? So these are trigger words that they will understand, just because somebody that knows anything about anything dealing with student loans know all of those words that I specifically spoke about. Like, they understand, like, those are words, even if I don't understand what they mean, those are words that I've heard before. Those are challenges or something dealing with that, even though I may not understand it. Those are issues that I'm dealing with. So speak their language. If you are going to market to that person that, used to be a meat eater, or they used to be someone that, consumed dairy products, ate meat, now they're transitioning into the vegan world, what things are going to help them understand making a transition from whole milk to almond milk or soy milk, or what's the difference between soy milk or this one, or if you're this kind of milk drinker, if you drink skim milk, then this brand or this particular product may be more appealing to you. Or finding alternatives, how to find alternatives, for example, like a title, how to find alternatives when switching from dairy, or I don't know what the specific word, but just say switching from dairy to vegan products, or switching from dairy to non-dairy products. So it's very simple, very, very easy. And it's somebody, again, that's in that place because you know who you're talking to, you know what issues and challenges that they are having, and what things you can help them with right now. And so you're speaking their language. You're not just saying, hey, if you were a meat eater, now you want to be vegan, this is what you need to do. Even though that's still kind of straightforward, it's still not as clear as saying, top 5 recommendations when switching from dairy to non-dairy products, or what to do when you want to drink milk but you can't, or just like any of those semi-similar topics, right? So that's how you can kind of start to speak their language, and that helps when you're coming up with your marketing strategy, what you're going to talk about, and all those different things. And so the fourth thing, and we're wrapping up here, if you're just joining us live, even if you're watching on the rebroadcast, thanks for tuning in. We're talking about common mistakes when it comes to attracting the wrong customers. We want to attract the right people, not the wrong ones. So the fourth one is be okay with saying, no, you do perform X, Y, and Z services, or no, you don't perform X, Y, and Z services, and you only do A, B, and C. So if you can't say, I only do this versus that, then you haven't really defined what it is that you're doing that you can help them with. So one of the things when it attracts the wrong person is because they got the wrong idea or they're just confused and they don't know what you do. They just hope that you can help them. So you don't want people that are, coming from a state of expectancy where they just hope. You want them to land on your page, land on your website, your Facebook page, your YouTube channel, and say, no, that I know that you can help me with this. Like, I know you're the person that can help me with this. Some food channels that when it comes to specifically like grilling and barbecuing, like I know specifically when I come to that YouTube channel that they can help me with learning how to grill, certain items, or I know that they could help me when it, is coming to making certain kind of seasonings or things like that, and so that they don't burn on the grill and stuff like that. Like, I know you can help me with this. Or you go to a certain channel about, so one of the people that I know, she does a channel on just at home care, or not at home care, but she's like homeschooling. That's the word. There's homeschooling. And so with that, I know that when it comes to homeschooling topics, even if if you guys know me, I don't have kids except for when it's snow days or something like that. Whatever it is that can help me get the same benefits as parents, that's the day I have kids. Okay. But when it comes to like anybody that I know that has an interest in homeschooling, like I know that I can send them to her page and they can get the help that they need. They can get the help that they're looking for. And so you want to make sure that you, even though whether it's you performing those services or you having that experience and you want somebody else to have that experience, like that's how referrals come in, because there's no confusion. There's no if. That's how that these people know. That's how any of my referrals have worked, honestly. They, it'll be a message or it'll be like a call or introduction or something like that, or whatever the case may be. If somebody reach out to me that I know, and they'll say, or even just I previously worked with, and they'll say, hey, I know, key phrase there, I know that you do this kind of a work with small business startup entrepreneur. I have a friend that, or I know somebody, or there's somebody that asked me, who did I know that can do X, Y, and Z? Your name was the first name that came up. Your name's the only name that came up. I know for a fact, like this is the same kind of stuff that you teach on, this same kind of stuff we've had conversation on that you said you work with your clients about, whatever. Like they know for a fact without a shadow of a doubt that you can help them do that. So you want to have certainty when it comes to knowing what you do in business and what you do not do in business. One thing, a wonderful woman I got a chance to connect with and befriend and get to know, she reached out to me on Facebook and she asked me about working like with nonprofits and things like that, because again, it's still a business. And I have helped set up nonprofit organizations, have worked within a nonprofit organization, have been on the board for a nonprofit organization. So it is some serious work. Like, don't get me wrong, like it is serious business, but I stopped offering where I would help set up nonprofit organizations because it's just too much work. It's not something I enjoyed and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? And so when she asked me, do you help set up nonprofit organizations, or are you open to, being on such and such? But like, the answer is no. So you can confidently say that, yes, I do help X, Y, and Z people do this, or no, I do not help X, Y, and Z people do this. So being okay with saying no, and no is not a bad thing. And again, it comes back to that feeling of feeling like you're turning somebody down. It feels like you're doing just like, like you just are, I don't know, like you just are just not able to help them, and you want to, or you have the capacity to, but is that within the scope of your business? Now, I'm telling myself a little bit here. Love Popeye's chicken. Okay. I don't know where you're located or where you may be watching this from. If you or even know what that business is, just a restaurant chain for like fried chicken, Southern fried chicken style or Louisiana style, whatever. And so when you go to any drive-through, and this is like across the board for any restaurant business. And I know if you stay with me, I'm going somewhere with this one, okay? If you drive up to the drive-through, then you know that you have numbers 1 through, let's just keep it simple, 5, for example, right? You have number 1, a number 2, number 3, a number 4, and a number 5. If you go to a chicken restaurant and you ask for seafood like a Red Lobster would have, they're going to say, we do not offer that here. That's not part of our menu. That's not something that we have available. That's not something that we offer. Simple. We don't do that. We only have numbers 1 through 5. Do you want a 2-piece, a 3-piece, or something else? Like, what do you want? We only offer this. And sometimes as entrepreneurs, you have to be okay with saying that I don't offer this. I only offer this. And you can. And because once you get involved into small business communities, maybe you're starting to go to different meetups locally, whatever the case may be, you're starting to create and build a network surrounding the things that you do, maybe in your particular profession or whatever the case may be, then you know that you can refer somebody if they're good. Or if they genuinely care, and you know that they would treat people as well or better than you would, then you can refer that person and recommend them the same way that it'll come back and return to you. So again, like I said, that 4th principle is just knowing, like, can I offer this service, or do I offer this service? And then here's another thing. Make sure that you're limiting what you do offer. If I offer something like a LegalZoom, if you've ever been to LegalZoom.com, not an affiliate of them or anything, if you go to a website like that, they offer a wide array of services. They offer like so much different stuff. And they have customer service to support and answer questions for all those things. But if I, in my small business coaching firm realm, decided that not only can I help you start and structure your small business, but I can also help you create the entity. And I can go and walk you through whether you're a nonprofit, you're trying to do an S corporation, a C corporation, or whatever the case is, just like, to a certain extent, yes, I do help my clients set up their businesses, and I have, and I still do. But nonprofits is not on the table, like not at all. There is no amount ever that makes people want to go through that. It's a tedious process. So again, that was something I used to offer. And now I don't. I no longer offer that. You know what I mean? So you have to be okay with saying, yes, I offer this, and no, I don't. Okay. So I just want to drive that point home, because there's a lot of things that can hang people up when it comes to getting the right people or getting the wrong people. And so when you're messaging and you're targeting, it's specific to who it is that you want to talk to, the person that you would love to talk to and do business with, that you just love to hang out with and can do a whole seminar with. Those are the people that you want to talk to, speak their language, reach out to them, and so forth. So the fifth and final thing, it's my favorite one. Have a ready solution for what issues that you know that they need help with. So not only do I know who you are, how I can help you, what you're dealing with right now, I'm speaking your language, I can tell you what I do and do not offer you, but I also have a ready solution available. And this is something that also, like, if you don't have a process set up of, if somebody got in touch with you right now today, if you're not ready to receive payment, if you're not ready to take on that person fully, and you can say, this is what's going to happen next. Next, you'll receive a pen, and this pen is going to be blue ink, and it'll have this kind of this on it. What you want to do is you want to take this pen over to this desk. At this desk, you'll find this forms 1, 2, and 3. You want to pick up form number 2, like as the same setup, like when you walk into any office building, anywhere to do anything, they can say, oh, you're coming to do this. Here's a ready solution for you. What you need to do is you need to go here, here, and here, do this, this, and that, fill this out or whatever, and then you're done, right? Have the same systematic approach to how you're operating and running your business. So have a ready solution ready for them. Like, don't make them wait. If they've gone through all the millions and billions of people on Facebook, if they've gone through Google search after Google search after Google search to find you, don't make them wait for a solution. Give them a solution, have something ready for them right now. Have a process and a system structured so that you can help them right now. So those are the 5 tips that I have. Again, know and exactly who you're talking to, like speak specifically to them, speak their language, be able to say that you do or do not do certain services, be able to, uh, again, like I said, just know if you do or do not do something, have a ready solution for them. So if, like I said, if you're watching this live, if you're watching this on the rebroadcast, I appreciate you for taking time out to watch this. Now, if you are somebody, maybe you already have the free e-guide, and I'll link that down in the description below, where you can get a link to the free e-guide, the basics to starting a business. Free e-guide is designed to help you know exactly what steps to take when you're talking about creating and structuring your new small business. Now, I know next week or by next week, we'll have released the new version, updated version for 2017 for that basics to starting a business e-guide. So I'm super pumped and excited about that. It's actually going to be a video series that's completely free, completely free. So, but even still, even if you get, go ahead and get the guide today, you'll definitely still get the update via email, even for those that are watching that are already on the list or subscribed to the email community. So again, I thank you guys for tuning in to Entre Woman TV. Again, my name is Diana with DianaGladney.com. And one last thing before you go, even if you're watching on the broadcast, that created a course that if you're somebody that is in the process of starting business, or you are kind of in that space and you need a little bit of help trying to figure out where to go, what to do, like you want to know, even just from starting your business, if you never have created a business before and you're just at that point, you say, you know what, I'm ready. I'm ready to start a business. I'm ready to start doing the thing that I love. I'm ready to start generating some income, start sharing my business with others, and start receiving some income from that. If you're at that space where you're ready to get started in your business, you've been through the e-guide maybe, and you're just kind of ready to take that next step, then I actually literally did an entire course where I would sit you down as if you were standing over my shoulder right now, and that you could watch me set up a new corporation. How do you pick out the right name so that it's attractive to the market that you want to reach? How do you figure out where you need to go as far as being state as well as federal compliant? Like, what are the things that I need to be mindful of? What are some resources that I can go to? And even just going more in depth in a series and a trainings like we did today live, this will walk you through step by step by step. It's not as quick as this particular series was, but it also gives you time to go through and say, okay, do you need to do this right now? Like, this is what you need to do. And this is the next step that we're actually going to go through and help you really create and structure your small business so you know exactly where to go. And so what you do is you go to StartupBlueprint.LIVE. That's StartupBlueprint.LIVE. And what that'll do, again, it'll take you straight to the course where you can get signed up. Actually, I think I may be able to share with you that. Let me see here. So this course, I actually created this course. Like I said, that's the reason why I created it, because I know there are a lot of people that are out there, good people that have a great business, and you have a great business idea. You just kind of at a loss, kind of feel like confused, don't know where to go. It's just like, I want to, but I'm not really sure on what to do. Let me show you this really quickly. Let me get this switched over here. And so I know you're wondering, how much is it, right? Let's switch this over. Right. Here we go, screen sharing. Oops, wrong one. Come on, computer. All right, so here we go. Right now. So this is a Startup Entrepreneur's Blueprint. $7. It's not a typo. $7. And I actually walk you through. Here's a listing of the course curriculum. So I go through and I just show you what you're going to learn really quickly. And go through showing you how to really turn your idea into a business, what steps you need to go through, how to actually create your business from scratch, go through some myths about starting a business, some just crap that's out there, and just kind of cleaning some things up. Again, the 2 different parts of creating a business, most people aren't aware of what those are and how to do it. And each video is only a few minutes at a time so that it's easy to digest those, and then also start going into some social media tips. And actually these advanced next steps, even though it doesn't have a time like this one does, these are actual trainings, additional trainings that I threw in there just for you, just so that you can have it. And this course, again, is going for $7. So guys, I'm telling you, this course, like, I put a lot of information in there, but I broke it up so that it's easy to digest, easy for you to start creating a business today. I put out there where you can do it in like a week's time, but honestly, if you want to get through it today, like, that's something that you can literally get through today, this afternoon. Carve out some time, and by the time you're done going through that course, you have a brand new business. So I hope that you guys check that out. That's at StartupBlueprint.LIVE. And it's for $7. So if you guys have any questions, even after watching the live stream or the rebroadcast, because I can't show the chat or anything like that here, but if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. But as always, my friends, live with passion. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, everyone. Have a fantastic week. See ya.